They gave me the worst room on the family trip. They didn't know I owned the hotel. I kept quiet to observe the annual family reunion. Families often show you exactly how they feel, sometimes in whispers, sometimes in silence. At this year's reunion, they made sure I knew where I stood. They stuck me in the worst room and laughed behind my back. But what they didn't know, I owned the entire resort. I had built everything they were standing in. And still, I stayed quiet, watching, listening, remembering. If you like stories with real emotion and satisfying twists, don't forget to hit subscribe. You're going to want to hear this one. My family holds an annual reunion, same time every year, rotating organizers. This year, it was my cousin Patrick's turn. He's always been the family's favorite, med school grad, charming smile, loves the sound of his own voice. Me? I was the girl who works on the computer and keeps to herself. Not rebellious. Not remarkable. Just there. What they never really knew was that I started my own boutique hotel business in my 20s. After years of grind, saving, and silence, I own 5 high-end resorts. One of them was Whispering Pines, the very place Patrick had chosen for the reunion. He found it online, thought it looked elegant. Had no clue it was mine. I simply replied to his planning email with, "Sounds good, I'll be there." I arrived the day before everyone else. Alicia, my general manager, greeted me like always, professional but friendly. I told her I wanted no special treatment this weekend. No one needed to know. I wanted to see how they treated me when they thought I was just another guest. The next day, as everyone arrived, I stood quietly in the corner of the lobby. Patrick handed me a key card without even looking up. "Room 104, he said. No smile. No hello. That room? It was next to the utility closet, had no view, and was directly above the laundry machines. I said nothing. Just walked to the room and smiled to myself. The sheets were stiff, the window looked out to a gravel pit, and the faucet leaked. I knew exactly what it was like because I designed that room to be used only as overflow when the hotel was sold out. And yet, that's where my cousin put me, because he thought I wouldn't care. Or that I didn't matter. That night, I overheard him talking to my Aunt Lisa. "She's used to budget places or techie hostels, right? Figured this room suits her fine." I still said nothing. The weekend continued with boat rides, trivia games, planned hikes, and matching shirts. Patrick walked around like the CEO of Family Incorporated, telling everyone how he found the perfect resort and joking that he should be an event planner. People laughed. He basked. When someone complimented the dining area or the lakeside view, he grinned like he'd personally installed the windows. Meanwhile, when I tried joining conversations, they shifted, fizzled, or redirected. I wasn't surprised. I'd been invisible to them for years. The worst moment came at the family dinner on Saturday night. They placed me alone at a wobbly table near the kitchen entrance, while Patrick and his favorite sat near the fireplace with a view of the lake. A waiter kept bumping into my chair with every pass. I offered to switch seats with someone. No one moved. Later, Patrick toasted himself. To family. And to those of us who step up when it counts. I clapped. Silently. That night, I called Alicia. "Ready for the reveal?" I asked. She laughed. "You're sure?" "Oh, I'm sure." The next morning, as everyone gathered on the patio for brunch, Alicia walked out with purpose. "Ms. Malik," she said, loud enough for the whole group, "we've prepared the executive suite for you now that your quiet weekend is over. Would you like your things moved up?" All eyes turned. Patrick blinked. "Wait. Executive suite?" Alicia nodded. "Yes. Ms. Malik owns Whispering Pines. We're always honored when she stays at her own property." Silence. Then gasps. Then everyone turned to look at me like I'd just grown a second head. I smiled. Didn't think it mattered. We're just here for family, right? Suddenly, my room upgrade became the hot topic. Cousins I hadn't seen in years asked me about the hotel business. Aunts wanted advice for their retirement travels. One even asked if I could help book her daughter's honeymoon. Patrick stayed quiet most of the day. Red-faced. Humbled. Later, as we were packing up, he pulled me aside. "You really own this place? Every square inch. You could have told us." I looked at him. "Would you have given me a better room?" He didn't answer. "You embarrassed me," he muttered. I raised an eyebrow. "I didn't say a word, Patrick. That was all you." As we all prepared to leave, he asked if I wanted to say something to close the reunion. I stepped forward. "To family," I said, "and to remembering that the quiet ones might just be running everything behind the scenes." They clapped. Even Patrick. But the truth was already out. And they'd never forget who really hosted that weekend.